Olga, it's good to see you again. Welcome everyone to A Dose of Truth special edition. We are observing what is going on out in the world, and it's important for us to give some context to this in terms of the satanic global cult and their activities. So, Olga, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you, Max. Yes, welcome everyone, and happy to see Max as well. Thank you so much for being here again tonight. As you have said, yes, this meeting, our recording is out of our normal calendar, so to speak, because we think it's really important to give not only perspective on what's going on in the United States right now, but also encourage people and to give them some support. So, Max, over to you.
Yeah, so we were talking, you and I, Olga, about the situation that has been unfolding in the southeast of the United States with a hurricane. And so feel free to ask any questions for clarification, but if you want, I'll just sort of summarize what we know this situation to be.
Thank you.
So hurricanes do occur naturally in this area. However, the global cult, the elite, the authorities, they have had weather modification technology really since the 1940s. So this is nothing new. And they can enhance hurricanes and they can move them in a certain direction as well. They have the capacity to do this. And they have done this before, and this is what they did in this case. They enhanced the hurricane to make it more damaging, and they purposely steered it to some mountain towns in North Carolina, which don't naturally get hurricanes. And these towns are completely actually gone with floodwaters like over the entire town. So clearly this is something deliberately done. And from what I have researched, there's always something, an agenda behind it. Okay, number one, the agenda is to cause trauma, to cause death, and to cause destruction, because these people are a death cult and this is what they like to do. In this particular place, there had been some companies wanting, they have lithium and quartz, a lot of it under the ground there. And these companies had been wanting to mine it. It's worth a lot of money, but the community and the government, local government had refused because of, the environment and quality of life issues. And so per their usual playbook, if they don't get what they want, they destroy the area so that they can then displace the people, buy up the property for pennies on the dollar, and then go to town on their original plan, which they felt that they were being thwarted for. So I'll stop there, Olga, and let you see if you want to kind of ask any questions about that so far.
Thank you so much, Max. I want to add, for those who think, even though I think our audience relatively advanced in these topics, but still, if people think that it's far to stretch that technology is that advanced, there are brilliant books by a researcher by the name Elana Freeland. It's available on Amazon. It's available on many platforms. I think maybe it's some publications even for free you can find on the internet and definitely in YouTube videos. So Elana Freeland is a great researcher on this topic. And in her books, which are very technically detailed, you will find lots of proofs for those who need proofs and, so to speak, science people. Yes, thank you, Max. You also have mentioned that cult likes to do it. I would also say that they not only like to do it, they need to do it because this is their energy, this is their fuel, this is their gasoline to keep on this planet. They have already lost, definitely, but in their agony, they're trying to take as many souls as they can. So this is not going to stop, and we shouldn't according like many conspiracy theories, QAnon and so like trust the plan and just wait, arrests are coming. No, this is not gonna happen. We have to grow up and to take responsibility. So Max, also, can you please maybe comment on what's going on regarding the government? Because we all see that government is literally preventing people to help. Why is that happening?
Yes. So people need to understand that all these government agencies are, I mean, this is a whole nother topic, but they're not even government agencies. They're NGOs, they're private companies. For example, the IRS is not a government agency, neither is FEMA. So these people, yes, there are many, many reports from regular people that people are compassionate. They have a heart. They are not psychopaths like this class that rules over us. And so they got supplies, they got all kinds of, and they went in some of these towns, there's only kind of one big road in and one big road out. So they were stopped. Their goods were confiscated, put in a warehouse, and none of it was given to the people who desperately needed it. So the fact is that these organizations are not there to help. They have admitted that they are broke and have no money, and they are not going to do anything. In fact, their role is to prevent help. Why? Because they want as many people as possible to die. They want as much desperation as possible so that they can take this land. It's a land grab. And it's also a satanic ritual sacrifice. Okay, so the more suffering, the more pain, the more bodies, this is also energetically, like you said, a sacrifice to Lucifer, to their demons. They're hoping to gain some favor and some power from this mass ritual. So they don't only do rituals in hidden places, they do them out in the open like here. It's just if you don't realize what it is, you don't understand that that's what's happening. So when good people see this, they want to help. They want to donate money. Please do not donate any money to FEMA or the Red Cross. These are cult organizations. They work for the bad people. They will not use what you send to help. They will keep that money and it will go right to the same people that already own most of the planet. Now, this has actually been the case for a long time. Many decade or two ago, there was some concert with all these famous music stars to raise money. I forget for which situation. These things, they get millions and billions sometimes of dollars from regular people like me and you. They don't then do anything with this money for the good of the people. Okay, we can look at Black Lives Matter, which is actually a Soros-backed organization. They could care less about people of color. In fact, when they say Black Lives Matter, they're talking about the Black nobility. They are not talking about people with darker skin, but they raised so much money in the last few years. Did any of this money go to Black communities, to help African American families in any way with housing, with schooling, with anything? No, it did not. Not a cent went to anyone. So I hate to sort of burst the innocence bubble here, but any fundraising that is a government agency, a global agency, any official agency, any kind of Hollywood situation, the money is not going to go to the people. You're actually giving your money to the elites. So it's important to know that. So what's the solution? Churches, other groups, people that are raising money. The real helpers are we the people. So there are so many people that are going in there. People have now started going in on donkeys, on horses, because they have to take these back roads that you can't drive big vehicles on. And the people that were stopped, this is another factor, they're stopped and they're told by the authority figure, oh, well, you can't do this. Okay, it's time for us to say no. These people don't have any legal right to tell you that you cannot go in and help your fellow humans. When you obey authority that's illegitimate, that's your choice, but you don't have to. Okay. So I hate to say it, but you have to be a little sneaky to get around these demons who are trying to prevent you from helping. Take back roads, don't say you're bringing supplies, and don't ask permission. You don't need permission from anyone to go and help your fellow human. So thank you for asking that question, because I think that's a super important thing, that know where you're sending your money, because you don't want to send it to the guys that are actually created this hurricane and are profiting off it currently.
Brilliant, exactly what it is and exactly what's going on, Max. Also, well, our extra episode, this one is not meant to be long, so a little bit to sum up, and also to pinpoint again that you are a professional psychologist with decades of experience in problematic situations, so to speak. Maybe you have some advices, professional advices or techniques for people who are in disaster right now and are very stressful.
Yeah, and before I answer that specific question, Olga, I want to kind of paint a slightly broader picture so that people understand this same playbook, this same thing has been done repeatedly, even just in the last few years. There was Paradise, which was burned. So they have these lasers, they can start fires, and people have long commented that how strange that the cars and the houses burned, but the trees didn't. So they can target and destroy an entire community. It's the same thing that happened with all the fires on the West Coast. Okay. It's the same thing that happened in Lahaina not that long ago. That the authorities wanted to make this place a smart city. And the locals who have been there for generations and it's their land said no. So typical playbook, they burned it down to take the land. And in this case, and this happens too, they canceled school the day before they burned the place. So then all these children were missing, which sadly you and I know were taken to be trafficked. So these people do this, and this could apply to the earthquake in Turkey, which everyone accurately pointed out was not an earthquake, the tsunamis, all the weather events that you can see around the planet. I want you to now look at them knowing this information, knowing that the weather is controlled and manipulated to cause harm and destruction. And one part of the agenda is to justify their fake climate change agenda. The so-called green agenda, which again has nothing to do with the environment, but is an agenda to destroy the planet and to harvest more money from all of us in the form of these so-called carbon taxes. So that's a whole nother topic again, but I really want people to understand they've been doing this and they are going to continue to do this because they want to cause as much devastation and destruction, and they are not going to rebuild these communities. They are not. They want them to stay decimated so they can seize this land. And so to go to your question, this is very, very traumatic, okay? Because this puts people in survival. And there was a psychologist called Abraham Maslow, and he made this hierarchy of needs. And he said, for people to thrive and to rise in consciousness and to fulfill their potential and do something in the world, you have to have your survival needs met. You have to have food, water, shelter, and transportation, okay? So they are deliberately taking this away because humanity is waking up. They can't keep the narrative going anymore. People don't believe the news anymore. People are starting to realize the government is not here to help me. It's actually here to control me and take my money. So they're, like you said, they're going down. And so they are trying to create a survival frequency so that again, this energy helps them, nourishes them. And so, the solution is to, first of all, know what's going on. and to understand that we're in a spiritual war. And please don't give them the satisfaction of letting them, they can take your home, they can take your everything, but they cannot take your spirit. They cannot take your love. They cannot take your human connection to other humans. We will not allow this to happen. This is the power that we have. So lean on each other, talk to each other, feel your feelings, cry, scream, get angry, feel everything. It's normal. This is a big trauma, but don't freeze with it. Move it through your system. Just express it, feel it, talk to other people. And when human beings are in these situations, the natural instinct that we still have and they were not able to remove from us is that we care and we help each other. So help is there. They have been trying to stop it, but know that all of us see what happened. We feel deeply pained by what we see our fellow humans having to go through. And so know that help is there. People are trying to get to you. In the bigger picture, this will pass and things will get better. It is very, very difficult, but the way to get through it is to feel what you feel and to lean on other people, okay? And for everybody that isn't there, you can do something. You can go there, you can help in other ways. So, let's all help each other because they're going to keep trying to do this in different locations for as long as they possibly can, because I think they already know that they've lost, right? They have ruled with secrecy and deception. They're being exposed. And so this type of person that these psychopaths are, if they can't have it, they don't want us to have it either, okay? But understand that we are winning this war and the light and the good always prevails. And, do your best to stay, in as good of a stable emotional place as you can. And we are going to have to be the ones to take care of ourselves because governments are against us. They're going down. So guess what? We don't need that anyway. So let's start to come together and in a local level, create all the support that we need together because we can do that. And if we do, the world is actually going to be a much better place.
Huge gratitude, Max. Indeed, knowledge is power, and we have all the forces, we have all the strength we need to change the situation and to go through it. And there is no any doubt that we will make it. We're already making it. So I'm sending you and you, we are all sending the support and energy and of course, love to the places where they are needed. Thank you so much and see you next time.
Thanks, Olga. And please, just as a final message, do not trust the authorities. Know that they do not want to help you. They want to hurt you. Do not donate to them. Do it yourselves. Get together with other people. We're creative. We can do it ourselves, and that's going to be the way of the future. So this is just a good place to start right now. And I just want to say before we sign off, how sorry I am. I cry for the people who lost everything and who lost other people and pets, and it's very, very painful, for all of us. And so I just want to know that people to know that are going through this, that you're not alone, that we see it and we care. Yeah.
Absolutely.